Creation, invention, innovation. Very similar sounding terms, but do they really mean the same? Let's find out. The common factor between all the three terms is creativity. So let's first define what creativity is. Now, creativity is the production of something that is novel and useful. Novel means unique, and useful, of course, it has to have utility or solve a problem. Otherwise, there was no good being created. The important thing to remember is that creativity is always in hindsight, right? So we've produced a product, or you've produced a piece of art, or you've produced a movie or something. Eventually, it'll be judged by users or decision makers as to whether it was creative or not. It's not during the process. And it'll be judged on the basis of novelty, and it'll be judged on the basis of utility. So that is creativity, production of anything that is novel, hasn't been done before, and that is of utility for the people or for the purpose that it was designed for. So creation is essentially an act of being creative or production of something novel and useful. It could be a painting, it could be a movie, it could be an idea, it could be any product or service. Now, that is purely what creation is. Now, what is invention? Invention is associated with things or machines or processes that don't exist, and you are still using creativity and inventing something. However, how an inventor is different from a creator is that an inventor may be working with multiple creators, right? Go back to Thomas Edison, who was inventor of some thousand some patents. So although Thomas Edison is credited being an inventor, and of course he was a creator as well, but he might have been working with thousand other creative people or creators who were contributing various pieces of puzzles and solving many things for them, but they're not the inventors. They were creators of ideas, they were originator of ideas, they might be even creating smaller components in the overall telegram machine, but the inventor was who is putting all of that together in a sense and actually bringing the product out. In a very simplistic sense, you could think of it as like if someone's making a movie, right? The writer would be the creator, and the director of the movie ends up being the inventor because they're managing a thousand other pieces to actually create a full product, so to say. In a business sense, the idea generators or the origination of ideas might happen through many people, and the R&D team or the head of R&D might put it together to create or invent a product, and that's how invention happens. Now, what's an innovator? Now, innovator goes one step above. Innovator is the overall custodian of this idea or the invention or the creation, and to take it to the market and to make it viable and feasible. So, innovator is essentially the person or entity who puts the resources and money behind it. In a business sense, the business tends to be the innovator. They'll have many creators, they'll have many ideas floating around, there might be a few inventions floating around, but the business essentially takes the bet on those ideas and takes them to the market. So the innovator is the overall sponsor of the invention or the creation, usually tends to be an entity in terms of if you're making a movie, going back to the same example, the producer would be the innovator, the director would be the inventor, and there'll be many creators and artists at play. So I hope this simplifies it for you, the difference between creator, inventor, and innovator.